got some heavy to get into. Taurus, this is your weekly tarot card reading and astrology predictions from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. Thank you guys so much for clicking on my video. If you're new, my name is Michelle. This is my premier YouTube channel. I also have a second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation, where every weekday I go on to motivate you with a general tarot card reading live chat. So please do join in and check me out over there. I hope to see you there. There's always an extended reading to this reading. So if you want to go deeper with me, you do have that option every single time. So I will pin it to the top of the comment section. I'll pin the links to the extended in the description box. I'll also tag it up here in one of the channel cards that comes out so that you can boop right on it at the end of the video. I hope to see you there. I'm going to go over the astrology, and it is thick and crazy as fuck. We're gonna get into it, and I've got some cards in front of me already. So let's just dive in. Taurus, you have very interesting things happening. So Venus is your ruling dignitary. So we're gonna follow what she's going through. She is currently in Capricorn. And really, we begin this week in a really lovely calm before the storm trine. Trine that includes Uranus as well as the moon. It doesn't last long. What happens then? Well, Venus has been in conjunction with Mercury for quite some time, but now the conjunction is pulling apart. So this sense of certainty about who you are and ability to express yourself correctly is growing thinner. It's almost like you kind of still remember that it was there, but it's growing apart. And by the end of the week, it'll be in such a loose conjunction, it's not really even, we're not really even feeling the impact anymore. So that major support system is over. Just so that you know, the astrology is covering from, I think, the 15th to the 22nd. But whenever this reaches you is the right time. It'll come to you even a year later. That's fine. If the message comes to you when you're ready to receive it and when it impacts you. And remember, use all the energies that I describe in the way that they resonate with your life. This is your reading, Taurus, okay? And this is for Taurus, sun, moon, and rising sign. Taurus is also trine to Uranus and square to Chiron. Now that square to Chiron is what I really want to talk about, because really what it means is pushing you to the point of, I can't take it anymore. It is a really challenging position, especially for you. It is almost like saying, how much pain can you put up with when it comes especially to situations of quality and quality of life? How much pain can I endure? Especially around those situations where people are challenging your value. They're not seeing the value you bring to the table, or you're really feeling devalued by a specific situation. And I would ask you, or I would suggest to you, that you check out your natal chart and see where is Libra and where is Taurus. Which house falls in Libra, which house falls in Taurus. Because these are the houses that are going to be most impacted, and this is where this is where all the craziness is taking place. This is the context for these relationships maybe possibly falling apart. I do believe this is the universe forcing you into change, because you're square to Chiron, but Venus is trine to Uranus. And now Uranus has been in the middle of Taurus, conjunct the North Node, for the past almost 2 years. And this is an intense, I mean, you've felt it the whole time. I know what you guys have been going through. But this is when the universe says, no more. I am going to make where you have stuck yourself so uncomfortable that you legitimately are running toward the change because you just can't take it anymore. That is exactly what you are discovering this week. The happy news is that by the 24th actually, of December, the square is gone. And there is a choice that's made, and maybe even a commitment or a long-term decision to this change. I think wherever you have resisted, it is done. It is done because now you are running toward the change. You want something new. You want something different. Even you yourself value something different than you used to. You're not really going to be wanting the same life after this week. This is it. And I'm not talking about your whole life. This is why I say particularly, where is Venus in your chart? You are always connected to Venus wherever it is. But okay, where is Libra and where is Taurus? What two houses do they rule? If it rules your finances, you're going to be sick and tired and frustrated of these people fucking with your money. And you're done. You're finished. And you want the change, and you're going to make the change. If it's in your 4th house, these are relationships with your family, and you may be sick and tired or having to face changes in terms of your parents. If they're elderly, it could be big time. So this is really like, how far can we push you before you realize that you should have changed a while ago, or that these changes are going to be what looks good to you this week? And that's how the universe is sort of making you move into the direction of discomfort, by making even that general discomfort with change feel like a vacation compared to all the stress that you're experiencing. And yeah, that's the astrology, and I am not going to water it down and tell you everything is hunky-dory, because it is a challenging week for you, and I would argue for Libras as well. Anybody ruled by Venus, well, there's a square to Chiron. That is tough. It's tough. The energy is just tough. It's not going to impact your entire life, but this could, if it's your 10th house, that one of them, Venus or Taurus or Libra, rules your 10th house. You're going to leave. You're done. You're sick and tired of the bullshit. You're fed up. You know, when it comes to maybe your 9th house. Sick and tired of fed up with your religion or your faith or your belief system. I mean, there's so much there. Just check the houses, both of them. The one ruled by Taurus and the one ruled by Libra. Check to see which houses they are. Then you will know the area of your life that this is going to play out in. Let us flip over the cards, shall we? Time to let go of hurt and suffering and pain. You have kept this in for too long, and I'm telling you, it's done. For everybody, for all Tauruses, this is all about relationships. This is all about Chiron square Venus is all about relationships, but it just depends on what relationships are they. Are they 7th house? It's your intimate partnership, could be your husband and wife. Like I said, 4th house is your family. I think 9th house is your siblings. Where is that, the 3rd house? That's more of your friends. 11th house is your community or the community that you belonged to. Like, check the relationships, because that's just, it's been building for a while. You felt this. You felt this, and because you are you, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing, you have tried to make it function. You have integrity to a fault, and you make a promise and loyalty to a fault, but to a fault, because it will really start to wreck you when there's nobody else left holding shit up but you. It's just, how long have you been pretending, and why are you still pretending? No more. You're gonna be like, fuck this shit. Fuck it. If I could name this video fuck it, I would. We have time for a deep dive. Time for a deep dive into what is love. Baby, don't hurt me. What is love? It's going to make you deeply explore your most intimate relationships. This is partnership. This is also romance. This sense of maybe you have an option outside of the romance that you committed yourself to. people could be questioning you left and right. Why did you make these choices? Why did you make these choices? Why do you want to be with that person? You could also be dealing with that. Like people constantly challenging you and saying, oh, you were wrong to do this, you were wrong to do that, and having to deal with all that crap. Enough is enough. Magic works through you. Leave the comments below because I really do want to know how this is working out for you guys, or how this is playing out. Magic works through you. There's something here. So we have House of Partnerships and House of Family. Cancer, transformative. Your relationships are changing. Your relationships are changing. Intimate partnerships. Libra is saying maybe even how much you love your family, or how loved you feel by your family, or you're about to leave your romantic relationship because you're done. And this is long term. Scorpio, this is it. Scorpio energy, this groundhog spirit is basically saying it's just been gnawing at me for so long. There's a sickness that's been here for so long, gnawing at the heart, gnawing at the heart, gnawing at the heart. This has been gnawing at somebody's heart, and now it's just enough is enough. There is always enough, tons of emotion. That's what it's saying. And the emotions are flowing very easily, which is a good thing. That's really nice. I think they have a place to go, which is really nice. Piscean energy is all about having faith in the unseen, and not really knowing for certain what's going to happen, but it's also about creation and creativity, and you are willing at this point to just throw yourself into the unknown, because the unknown is a lot less scary than staying one more day where you are. Like I said, this is not, don't freak out. This is not going to be your entire life changing, but I'm talking, this is a very pointed pressure point that you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can leave down below the house that it's in, or you can just say the area of your life that it's in, but I know that you already know. There is always enough. I think you understand now that the unknown offers you options, that you're not stuck. And the only reason why you were stuck was because your choice was the unknown, right? And that just doesn't sit well for most earth signs, not just for Taurus. It just doesn't sit well. You have to know, because there's a pragmatism there. Okay, I need to understand where I'm headed. But now you're realizing that just kept me stuck. That just kept me stuck. It even could be that you're facing the pushback of people questioning, well, how could you do this? I thought that you were different. Well, that's because I've been you don't know what I've been dealing with. You don't know what I've been enduring. You thought that I was different. I know. You thought that I was going to stay forever and just be somebody's toilet. Trust in the magic, which means trust in the newness and overcome any obstacle. That's you. You will be able to overcome this. This will not last forever. This is a very tough week, but this is a transforming into something completely new. And this is the secret to this week, is trusting in this newness is what is going to help you overcome and just burst through this crap. Now we're going to get into the details of what this new thing is that's coming, but let's also check the moon cards because they're an intimate part. What is this? Believe in the impossible. There's a breakthrough. There's a breakthrough. So now maybe it's somebody that you're dealing with who is very stubborn. And yes, I do say that. No, I'm talking to the stereotypically most stubborn zodiac sign. No, even more stubborn than you. You're dealing with somebody. They could, like, legitimately, this could be the miracle that happens this week. Are you ready for this? They could finally see the fucking light. Especially if they see you being done. Believe in the impossible, which does tell me that intuitively there is some miracle that's going to happen, or the miracle is that I thought I'd never do this. I thought I'd never say this. I thought I'd never think this. I thought I'd never choose this. Well, it's going to happen. Get ready. Ooh, a win-win outcome is forecast, and I think this, for the first time in this whole reading, I actually feel actual faith that there could be some happiness here, which means the great equalizer to a relationship that was struggling and on the rocks. This is what is all being designed to level things out and even things out, because they weren't. Let's get into the specifics. What is this new? That's what I wanted to ask. Promise Taurus, I would ask, what is this new start? What is this newness? Your newness in terms of there's a shift in how you make money, or who's the breadwinner in the family. There was some sort of dynamic shift in finances because there's a judgment that's been passed down. Maybe you've been selected, maybe you've been chosen, but you're the one. You're the one that gets to maybe make the decision. 3 of Cups is here. Maybe you're choosing before a bunch of people. You're choosing from a bunch of people that you like. It's almost like you have a choice here to choose from a bunch of different people that you like. A bunch of different people that make you feel comfortable, and a bunch of different people that celebrate you. You will have your choice. You will have your choice of options. And that is where the goodness is this week, in the change. There are a lot of people who can't wait to have you on their team. And that's why you hold the cards. And I love that. I really do. But this new beginning, this new choice, more specific, like what is it? It could even be, I don't know. Let's see. I need to know. I think you're making a decision. The newness is who your friends are. Magician and 8 of Cups. You're going to make something is magically going to disappear that you just didn't care about anymore. Like magic, you're going to be able to finally say, you know what? I don't need to stick in the situation that is unfulfilling to me. All of this happens, and now you have confidence in yourself. It's like when there's a group of people who are appreciating you, or somebody who is appreciating you, there's no reason in hell to stick around the person who's been shitting on you. And what a fool they're gonna feel like. Well, it's like your boss just yelling at you and screaming at you and throwing shit at you, like expecting you to work till 8 o'clock, and they know they're treating you like crap. But just at that moment, your boss's boss comes in and says, Taurus is the one that we were thinking for this new position. It's like somebody is going to get fed their shit by a change that you were trying to avoid. And this is the thing, the universe doesn't like that you were trying to avoid it. You were trying to hold it, you were trying to stop it because you were afraid of offending that horrible, terrible boss. You were afraid of offending or hurting, or what if I hurt people? Because you think immediately that all change is bad and it's gonna hurt people. Bullshit. Bullshit. And the universe is like, nope, get the fuck out of the way. Get the fuck out of the way, Taurus. This person's got to be called on their shit. I think it's either going to be, you're either going to be that toggle point, or you're going to be the one handing somebody their shit. Actually, sir, I was just about to tell you that I quit. I have 3 other offers on the table. You have my 2 weeks notice. And I'm not staying late tonight. Have a good night. And you haven't wanted to do it. You've been reluctant to say that. You've been reluctant to do it. You don't want to stir up ripples. You don't want to cause any problems. You don't want to seem disrespectful. This is just the way things are. No. Now this is an example. So that's what I'm telling you. Apply it to where it resonates in your life. Who is that tyrant that you were dealing with? Who or what? And then, what are those options now? Because you're done. Eight of Cups confirms it. You are fucking done. Nine of Pentacles. Oh, I love this. Eight of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. You're like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I finally got my money. I finally got my value. I finally got my worth. And nobody is going to slow me down. I'm good on my own. You could very well be getting single this week. If so, it's because that relationship has gotten so fucking bad that even if you've been married for 50 years, you ain't going to be married for 50 years in a day because you're fucking done. It's that kind of energy. It's that saying, I may have been committed to this situation for 50 years, but I don't have to take even one more day of this crap. It's that kind of energy. Let's go to the extended. I can't wait to go deeper. I'll see you guys there.